a Wikividi Documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Jon Bon Jovi. Jon Francis Bon Jovi Jr., known as Jon Bon Jovi, is an American singer-songwriter, record producer, philanthropist, and actor. Bon Jovi is best known as the founder and frontman of the rock band Bon Jovi, that was formed in 1983. Bon Jovi has released 2 solo albums and 12 studio albums with his band, which to date have sold over 130 million albums worldwide, thus making them one of the world's best-selling music artists. In the 1990s, Bon Jovi started an acting career, starring in various movie roles, including Moonlight and Valentino and U-571, and has made several TV appearances in various series, including Sex and the City and Ally McBeal. As a songwriter, Bon Jovi was inducted into Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2009. In 2012, Bon Jovi ranked 0 on the list of Billboard magazine's Power 100, a ranking of the most powerful and influential people in the music business. In 1996, People magazine named him one of the 50 most beautiful people in the world. In 2000, People awarded him the title Sexiest Rock Star, and he was placed at 3 on VH1's 100 Sexiest Artists. Bon Jovi was ranked 1 on the Top 100 Heavy Metal Vocalists list by Hit Parader. Bon Jovi was a founder and majority owner of the Arena Football League team, the Philadelphia Soul. He is the founder of the Jon Bon Jovi Soul Foundation, founded in 2006, to combat issues that force families and individuals into economic despair. He campaigned for Al Gore in the 2000 presidential election, John Kerry in the 2004 presidential election, and Barack Obama in the 2008 presidential election. In 2010, President Barack Obama named Bon Jovi to the White House Council for Community Solutions. He was awarded an honorary doctorate of humanities from Monmouth University, West Long Branch, New Jersey, in 2001. Early life. Jon Francis Bon Jovi Jr. was born in Perth Amboy, New Jersey, the son of 2 former Marines, barber Jon Francis Bon Jovi Sr. and Playboy bunny turned florist Carol. He has 2 brothers, Anthony and Matthew. His father was of Italian and Slovak ancestry, and his mother is of German and Russian descent. He has stated that he is a blood relative of singer Frank Sinatra. Bon Jovi was raised Catholic. He spent summers in Erie, Pennsylvania, with his grandparents, and sold newspapers. As a child, Jon attended St. Joseph High School, in Metuchen, New Jersey, during his freshman and sophomore years. He later transferred to Sayreville War Memorial High School in Parlin, New Jersey. He spent most of his adolescence skipping school to opt for music activities instead, and ended up playing in local bands with friends and his cousin Tony Bon Jovi, who owned the then famous New York City recording studio The Power Station. As a result, his academic records displayed poor grades. By the time he was 16, Jon Bon Jovi was playing clubs. It was not long before he joined up with keyboardist David Bryan, who played with him in a 10-piece rhythm and blues band called Atlantic City Expressway. He also performed with bands called The Rest, The Lechers and Jon Bon Jovi and the Wild Ones. When he was 17, Jon Bon Jovi was working sweeping floors at his cousin Tony Bon Jovi's recording studio. In 1980, while Mecca was there recording Christmas in the Stars, the Star Wars Christmas album, Tony Bon Jovi recommended him for the song R2-D2 We Wish You a Merry Christmas, which became his first professional recording. During 1983, Jon Bon Jovi joined Scandal as a rhythm guitarist. He also appears during a demo recording of the music video for Scandal's 1983 single, Love's Got a Line on You, which reached number 59 in the US. Music career. In June 1982, Jon Bon Jovi recorded a song called Runaway. The studio musicians who helped record Runaway, known as the All-Star Review, were guitarist Tim Pierce, keyboardist Troy Bitton, drummer Frankie LaRocca, and bassist Hugh McDonald. He went to several record companies, including Atlantic Records and Mercury, but they all turned him down. Bon Jovi visited rock radio station WAPP 103.5 FM, The Apple, in New York City. He spoke directly to the promotion director John Lassman, who accepted the song, Runaway, for inclusion on the station's compilation album of local homegrown talent. Runaway became a local hit. Along the way, Mercury Records gave Bon Jovi a recording contract in 1983, and to promote Runaway, Bon Jovi called David Bryan, who in turn called bassist Alec Johnston and drummer Tico Torres. Tapped to play lead guitar was John Bon Jovi's neighbor Dave Sabo, who later formed the group Skid Row. Sabo was eventually replaced by Richie Sambora. After Bon Jovi claimed he wanted a group name, a friend of Richard Fisher and an employee of Doc McGhee suggested they call themselves Bon Jovi, following the example of the other famous last-name bands such as Van Halen and Dokken. This name was chosen instead of the original idea of Johnny Electric. The band released their eponymous first album on January 21, 1984. The band became an international act in the late 1980s, when they released their breakthrough album Slippery When Wet. Their fourth album New Jersey, which was released in 1988, became as successful as its predecessor. Following the group's success, Bon Jovi and Sambora were asked to assist in producing Cher's self-titled album in 1987. Bon Jovi and Sambora co-wrote and sang backup vocals on Cher's single, We All Sleep Alone, and also produced several other tracks on the album, later going on to co-produce Cher's multi-platinum album Heart of Stone in 1989, and co-wrote the song, Does Anybody Really Fall in Love Anymore? Bon Jovi and Sambora also produced and co-wrote a song called Hell Is Living Without You on Alice Cooper's album Trash in 1989. During the Slippery When Wet tour in 1987, John Bon Jovi's attempt to give it his all during live shows and the tour's exhausting schedule greatly strained his vocal cords, and he began receiving steroid shots to help him sing. With the help of a vocal coach, he was able to continue doing the tour. Despite the band achieving massive success with Slippery When Wet and New Jersey, living on the road almost destroyed the strong bond between the band members. The band members were exhausted physically, mentally, and emotionally. John Bon Jovi noted that each band member went his separate way, departing in separate jets after the New Jersey tour, which exceeded 232 shows on 5 continents, ended in early 1990. In 1990, John Bon Jovi recorded a soundtrack to the movie Young Guns 2, more commonly known as Blaze of Glory. Having been originally approached by his friend Emilio Estevez to lend Wanted Dead or Alive as the theme song for his upcoming Billy the Kid sequel, Bon Jovi ended up composing an all-new theme song for the film's soundtrack and delivering his first solo album. The album featured guests such as Elton John, Little Richard, and Jeff Beck. The title track, Blaze of Glory, peaked at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. In 1991, Blaze of Glory won an award for Favorite Pop/Rock Single at the American Music Awards and awarded a Golden Globe as well. The song also earned John Bon Jovi an Academy Award nomination and a Grammy Award nomination. In 1991, John Bon Jovi started his own label, Jamco Records, and produced Aldo Nova's album Blood on the Bricks and Billy Falcon's album Pretty Blue World. Disillusioned with the music business, despite all his success, and unhappy with the status quo, in the summer of 1991, he set off on a 2-week, cross-country motorcycle trip that would significantly affect his creative juices. In September 1991, he fired the band's longtime manager Doc McGhee, business advisors, and agents, and created Bon Jovi Management. After that, he put the band together. Upon resolving their issues, they returned with the album Keep the Faith, released in late 1992. John Bon Jovi cut his trademark hair, and the band turned away from the 1980s hair metal to conventional rock and introduced a more mature sound. The media focused considerable attention on John Bon Jovi's hair. When John Bon Jovi cut his hair, he made headlines on CNN. John Bon Jovi wrote what would become his second solo album, 1997's Destination Anywhere. A short movie of the same name was recorded right around the record's release, based entirely on the songs from the record and starring John Bon Jovi, Demi Moore, Kevin Bacon, and Whoopi Goldberg. The film debuted on both MTV and VH1 in 1997. After 5 years since their last studio album, the band returned in 2000 and released their 7th studio album, Crush. The lead single, It's My Life, helped introduce the band to a new, younger fan base. In 2012, Jon Bon Jovi recorded a soundtrack to the movie Stand Up Guys, more commonly known as Not Running Anymore. On December 13, 2012, it was announced that Not Running Anymore would be nominated for a Golden Globe Award. Acting career. Jon Bon Jovi is a credited actor in the movies Moonlight and Valentino, The Leading Man, Destination Anywhere, Homegrown, Little City, No Looking Back, Row Your Boat, Vampires Los Muertos, U-571, Cry Wolf, National Lampoon's Pucked, and New Year's Eve. He also had a supporting role in the movie Pay It Forward, where he played Helen Hunt's abusive ex-husband. His TV series appearances include Sex and the City, 30 Rock, Las Vegas, The West Wing, and an extended stint on Ally McBeal as a plumber who was Ally's boyfriend for a short period of time. He also had a brief, uncredited role in the 1990 film Young Guns 2. On January 24, 2011, it was confirmed that Bon Jovi would be cast in the film New Year's Eve, released later that year, as a successful rock star who is connected with Katherine Heigl's character. Philanthropy. Jon Bon Jovi has worked on behalf of the Special Olympics, the American Red Cross, the Elizabeth Glaser Pediatric AIDS Foundation, Habitat for Humanity, Covenant House, Project HOME, the Jon Bon Jovi Soul Foundation, and other groups. He has been named the first founding ambassador of the Habitat for Humanity Ambassador Program as part of the international non-profit organization's new advocacy outreach initiative. Jon Bon Jovi has been raising awareness with Habitat for Humanity since 2005, when he provided the funds to build 6 homes in Philadelphia, and built the homes alongside the homeowner families, as well as with members of his Philadelphia Soul Arena football team. The construction site also served as the video shoot location for his band's single, Who Says You Can't Go Home. In 2006, he made a $1 million donation to build 28 Habitat homes in Louisiana in partnership with low-income families on the hurricane-stricken coast. In July 2007, Bon Jovi announced a project that will rehabilitate a block of 15 homes in North Philadelphia. During an appearance on The Oprah Winfrey Show in 2005, the band donated $1 million to the Angel Network Foundation. The Jon Bon Jovi Soul Foundation was founded in 2006 and exists to combat issues that force families and individuals into economic despair. Through the funding and creation of programs and partnerships, they support innovative community efforts to break the cycle of poverty and homelessness. On October 19, 2011, they opened the JBJ Soul Kitchen, a community restaurant where patrons pay what they can afford for their meals, either with money or by volunteering work. He is one of 21 artists singing on Everybody Hurts, a charity single organized by Simon Cowell aiding victims of the 2010 Haiti earthquake. Political activism. Although Bon Jovi's voter registration indicates that he is unaffiliated, he has supported and toured with many Democratic politicians. He toured extensively on behalf of presidential candidate John Kerry in 2004, appearing at and playing acoustic sets at rallies for the Kerry Edwards ticket throughout the United States. Bon Jovi also played as a part of the Live Earth concert at the Meadowlands in 2007, and was introduced by former Vice President Al Gore. In 2008, Jon Bon Jovi supported Barack Obama for president, holding an exclusive private dinner at his home as a fundraiser for his campaign. He also played at a 2009 Manhattan fundraiser for former Secretary of State and 2016 Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton to lessen some of her $6.3 million 2008 campaign debt. On Sunday, January 18, 2009, Bon Jovi performed a duet at the Obama inauguration concert of the Sam Cooke classic, A Change Is Gonna Come, with Betty LaVetta. On June 4, 2009, Bon Jovi performed an acoustic benefit show for Democratic Governor John Cassini at the NJPAC in Newark, New Jersey. On June 24, 2009, Bon Jovi, Sambora and Andy Madadian recorded a musical message of worldwide solidarity with the people of Iran. The handwritten Persian sign in the video translates to, "We are one." On December 15, 2010, Bon Jovi was appointed by Barack Obama to the new White House Council for Community Solutions. Bon Jovi's efforts with his own The John Bon Jovi Soul Foundation have resulted in public-private partnerships as well as more than 260 units of affordable housing for low-income individuals and families. In addition to providing advice to the president on solving specific community needs, the White House Council for Community Solutions has been tasked with 3 key functions: enlisting leaders in the nonprofit, private, and philanthropic sectors to make progress on key policy goals, providing strategic input and recommendations to help the federal government promote greater innovation and cross-sector collaboration, and honoring and highlighting those making a significant impact in their own communities. Brought to you by Wikividi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?